Alright, today we're going to show you how to lap valves and a 3520 head. Alright, so obviously the first thing you want to do is, you got these things off your engine, take it, bead blast the bottom of it, get all the sloxine out of it, throw it in your parts washer, clean it out as best you can because you don't want any of that bead in there or anything, and blow it out because, you know, parts water, there's all kinds of crevices, water's going to sit in there. Then you're going to want this device here. I believe we've probably already sent you the information on how to build one. It's not that hard. You'll want to crank it down, putting pressure on the valve springs, and then the best thing we found is sometimes you'll need a little magnet to pull these babies out or to get them to spin. This is usually the easiest way. Take your locks out. By the way, when you're going down on this, you can use an impact. Actually, I would highly recommend it. And when you come back off, just taking the stuff apart, you can use an impact. But when you're actually putting the new parts in it, I would not. The locks will fall off. That exhaust side, rotor coil, outer spring, inner spring, and washer. Of course, this one hasn't been washed because we're not actually doing this one. So those are the components that go to the exhaust side. Intake side, rotor coil, outer, inner, and then on your intake side you got a seal. So make sure you remember, intake sides have the seals, exhaust sides have the washers. I'm going to leave the seal on, that way I don't have to get it back on. But when you take it off, when you put the new ones on, you want to put a little oil in there on the rubber, obviously, because otherwise it won't slip on easily. Take your old valves out. Okay. Now obviously you'll have the valves out before you wash it and bead blast and clean it. So bring that over to the camera over here. This is the seat right here. This is what you're going to want to check for pitting. You know, if you have an old head that had a torch valve, it's probably going to be no good because it's going to mess that seat up. It's going to burn up in there. So, I mean, this one looks alright to me. I don't see any damage. Just need to lap the new valves in it, which we're going to go to that now. I'm only going to do one. We'll do this top one here. And that's it. You can see what we did to these other ones. We like to mark the valves so we don't get them mixed up. That's my bottom exhaust and bottom intake. We call this the bottom. And this would be top exhaust, top intake. So this is what a new valve looks like. You don't see anything, it's just a flat, machined look. So, we got any oil in here?
No.
That's alright. Normally, throw a little oil on this PB Blast or WD-40, whatever you want, because it'll get kind of nasty inside there in those guides. So, here's the first thing you want to do. Up and down, side to side, you want to feel that. Make sure your guide's not worn. If that's going side to side and up and down too much, you're gonna feel just a little, I mean, very, very, very little bit. But if that thing's moving, if it was moving like this, guides are bad. You don't want to use that because you'll be dropping valves. Bad things happen. So, first thing we use is our coarse 120 grit Biobacter compound, Clover, by Loctite. This was actually hard to find for me. I don't know, maybe you probably find it easier than me, I don't know. So, take a little bit of that. It don't take too much. Smack it on the valve right there. Just on the inner lip. And then, you'll probably want to see this part. So this is what we do. We don't use any rubber or anything. We haven't had no problems with it. Just throw the drill bit up on it, or the chuck, I mean, and get it on the edge there. Don't get it on the grooves for the lock. Just give it a little turn. Bam, done. Normally I'd probably go in the same direction for all of them. Keep your drill in the same direction. So we're on the course. So normally you'll have to put some on and put a little more on. Just the way it works. We'll bounce it in and out. That way it gets coverage and it doesn't wear it, get a hot spot. So like you can see in there, it's starting to get clean a little bit. We're starting to make a new seat, grind into the seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off. This is just how I do it. Like this. Take this up in there, like so. Get all that coarse material out of there. And then we go to 280 grit, same brand, everything, all that jazz. Put a little bit on there. So I hit it pretty good with that one. The course is kind of hard to work with. Got it nice and cleaned off. So I don't know if you can get in there and show them how that looks. See how much cleaner that's getting compared to down here. You can see where it's lapping in there. Okay, so now we go to our 400 grit and do the same process. Different heads are going to be different on how much lapping you got to put into them. This one wasn't bad. Sometimes you'll have some siloxane left over on them. Just some stuff will be really hard to clean off of them, or they'll have some minor pits in them that you got to work out, which is not hard. And you may have to do this twice. Might have to go through the process twice on a single valve. Guess we had a little wool up in there already, so that's what helped us out. Alright. You see that good? See this dark ring forming around it? That's what you want. Now you can see right here it stops pretty shallow, so that means we need to do a little more work to it. You want it to probably be about up to here. I don't know, you probably can't tell too much with my fingernail, but you want it to be up a lot further than what this one is. So we'll have to do a little more work to it. Show them how that's starting to look. Pretty much you want that same nice clean groove into the seat there. So I guess we'll do a little more work. How far in are we on that?
13
minutes. Jesus. So, we'll go back to course, start over, until we get it where we want it. You can probably make this go a little faster by pulling it out every grit you go and see where you're at. But I'm just trying to do it for demonstrational purposes here, make it quick. That's what you don't want to have. That groove in there still. So we better look at it a little better.